Hey, hi ho, I am idle-AFK and today I'll tell you about the most passive, the most idle, the most AFK build in Diablo 4. It's of course necromancer. It's what I love to play. Such necromancer just out of jail, and I'll tell you how this build works. I designed it by myself and it works quite good. Okay, there are some builds which could be more effective, but this is really fun build, you know. Thing is that I do not push any buttons. So take a look. My friends, they do everything by themselves. They kill everything by themselves. This is tier 4 world, of course. And also my character automatically uses skills without any automation. I mean, I do not use some forbidden software. It's you see all these skills like tendrils, course expositions, everything used automatically because this is the build which we're doing here. So let me show you items, because necromancer class, it's kinda previous season I played sorcerer, and I'll say that necromancer it's more item dependent class than a sorceress, for example. So when you play sorceress you could create a build and without any items and it would work alright, but this build it's actually not the build but the type. If you want to play summoner necromancer you should like focus on certain items to make this build work. I didn't run any Uber Duriel or any Uber bosses. These items, they're really like trash items. You could find them easily everywhere. So let's activate Brazier. And you see, I do not push any buttons. My friends, they destroy everything around me without any activity from me. And the core item of this AFK style, it's this ring. This ring you could get it from Varshan, and it has quite big drop rate, so it's not a problem to have it. This ring automatically uses 3 skills. They should be equipped. It's Ray Skeleton, Corpse Explosion and Corpse Tendrils. Core thing here it's of course Ray Skeleton, because you have all your friends, all your minions buffed all the time, and you do not need to care. Look at this small little, you see there's small little line, like loading line. Not all people by the way know about this, so when you use certain skill you could watch when it ends its effect by this line. So let me show you, you see here. So it's your most important thing, it's corpse explosion, because with this build you use it automatically because of this ring. So you just destroy all corpses around you automatically. And another item which enhances corpses, it's this gloves. You could do not use it, it's just fun item, because instead of just blowing corpses, you create a spirit who run from you to the target. You could watch it like small spirit who run from you to the target and then blow into this big pool, which is fun. So if we would like use this skill, here you see these guys who run around. So I like fun things. Another fun thing, for example, it's that I wanna my skeleton mages to cast blizzard. It's quite unusual thing. I mean, it doesn't really make a lot of damage, but I just love my minions to have a lot of interesting possibilities and abilities. I love my minions. So this build, it's like build of the love to your minions. Like a real necromancer, you should love them. And of course, you want to have a lot of minions. I use skeleton warriors +2 and skeleton mages +3, because my favorite is skeleton mages. With this blizzard, it's really a fun thing. So you see, I do not press any buttons. But if in case if you like want to be more effective, of course, for example, you went to the vault or to the dungeon, you could use skills and make loads damage. Let me just demonstrate it somewhere here. So I used my cooldowns, and you see I always go with full essence, which I could spend on curses, for example, because in the dungeon when you walk run quite fast, it's fun to like move and use curse like this, and you spend on it a bit of the essence. But actually you could replace this curse or some other skills with, for example, bone spear, and so you would spend all this essence and you wouldn't have too much essence. Another option for this build is to have special aspect which increase your essence by the number of your like 5, each minion which you have give you 5 more essence. It means like you would have like 100 more essence with this build, so it's another option. There are a lot of options for summoner, but I like this plain AFK style build, when you could just, it's actually good for new players because you could focus on controlling your character without really thinking about what to push. So try to survive when you just start to play, or maybe you just love to rest when you play, and you just control your character, and your minions, they do everything by themselves. So you see, I even do not use any cooldown. I could improve my golem, I could use corpse tendrils, I could like make some extra corpse explosions with this build, because this ring, the thing about this ring, that they do not count as cooldown. When you automatically with this ring activate these skills, like blow corpses around you, you do not overlap your cooldowns. So you could always make more and more stuff around you to blow. So another items which I use, it's just random boots. I love them because of this effect when you make your ground under you frozen. It's fun. It's really fun because for necromancer you always go forward and you do not want to stop somewhere. You walk forward and you create this trail under you, and your minions, they clean up stuff behind you. So this is not the best. This is not the best maybe choice, but it's fun. It's another fun skill. Of course, we want this ring. It's like must-have ring for summoner. Without this ring, you can't play summoner at all. So I mean, serious summoner who like relies on the damage for his minions, because with this ring, like every minion has 10% chance to make uber damage, like 20,000 damage. It's really big numbers, and especially when you have so much minions. So it's super important thing to have, and you could get it just from random drop in the world. Do not need to clean some bosses, just it's not hard to get it. So, but even if you do not have it, it's still a viable build. I mean, your minions, even without this ability, they will be alright. They will make damage, you will be able to play and to have all the comfort. On the weapon there are a lot of different types. I just like to buff my minions, yeah, but of course there are more options. I really love property. Let me show it to you. Where is it? Yeah, here, Army of the Dead. Actually, it's my favorite skill in the game. I know that people they say that okay, this skill is rubbish, it's very like not really needed skill because it's should be buffed. I agree that it should be buffed, but still you could use it, and it really works great when you have your army around, especially in AFK build. Yeah, because if you have this talent, then when you use the skill, your minion gain like 100% attack speed, and it's huge bonus. It's huge. I used it in the past. I used it all the time, but right now I playing AFK. So I just come to a certain place, for example, like for event or somewhere, and you could stay here. You could like work. You could drink cup of tea, and your guys, they will do everything. So there are different options. If you want to play passive, really passive like this, then you should take such aspects. But if you want to go through dungeons, so this is also must-have thing. Must-have thing. It's to improve your Army of the Dead. Cool thing about Army of the Dead, if you clean up really hard dungeons, for example, level 100 dungeon, Nightmare Dungeon, this skill also resurrect all your skeleton warriors and skeleton mages. So if all your army wiped, it could happen sometimes, it's bad, you could raise everyone immediately, which is fun. So yeah, it's cool skill. So basically that's it. I really love it. I really love it. It's my favorite build and character so far. It's not the most powerful, of course. It's not the most powerful, but you will be able to go through any activity in the game with this build. To go alright and to have fun and to relax. So this build is great for relaxing. And yeah, you could play more actively if you wish. You could replace some skills for some essence spender, or you could take aspect which increase damage when you have full essence. So you see this one, increase your damage from your skills for 20% if you have full essence. So you could consider like to use something like this. There are lots of options. Yeah, and this aspect which give you like up to 5x essence per active minion. You know, it's like it's twice more essence you will have with this aspect, and you could use Bone Spear endlessly almost. And now considering our paragon board. So yeah, and skill tree of course. So here we just go through this rip enhanced rip. Then I put some points also like to go through it, like something minimum. Then we go for full corpse explosion because it's our main skill, and skeleton warrior mastery, of course. Then we go to curse decrepify because it could reduce your cooldown by 1 second. So if you play passively and like AFK, you do not need it, but if you play actively, it's fun because you could have your Army of the Dead more active. And of course we want our skeleton mages to have a lot of damage and life. Then I go with corpse tendrils only because of the ring. Actually, it's not my favorite skill, but I know that, yeah, people say that it's the best control skill in the game. I can agree with it, but I just more fun for me to spend corpses on explosions, but still I use it. So to make vulnerable enemies, it's cool. Then I go with a lot of boost to shadow damage because my corpse explosion is shadow based, so like darkness. So this darkness damage buffs, and here we go full on making our golem powerful, Army of the Dead because it's just fun skill, and inspiring leader, hellbent commander. So all these skills to make your bodies powerful. And I go with Kalan's Edict. I know that actually there are another option, quite cool option, Shadow Blight. It could be more DPS effective, but I just love to make my bodies more powerful. Now, considering paragons, at our paragon board, first I put buff to golem. Second board, It's board for cult leader, like so our minions will be more powerful. And I just put everything to make my minions more powerful, make them more let they make more damage. Then hiking monstrosity, so our golem will be more powerful too. And again another glyph, this glyph for amplified damage. So when I curse item enemies, they will get additional damage. And here it's Flesh Eater. Flesh Eater, it's actually very good board, and if I would start from the zero, maybe I'll start with Flesh Eater. Actually, Flesh Eater, it's can be more useful when you just start to play because of some stuff like resistance, damage to elites. It's like more wide. And of course, consuming 5 corpses with this ring, it's a huge amount of additional damage. And yeah, maybe you are not in season 3, I'm in season 3 now, but I think in next seasons this build wouldn't change very much, it will be kind of the same. Here I use Tempest and Firefly, so but it's just really a not important thing, quite minor. And core skills, these ones and these 2 rings, it's kind of how this build works with these 2 rings. It makes this build AFK powerful build. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see your comments. Please put your likes if you like this video, and ask your questions, give suggestions. Let's discuss idle playing in Diablo 4 and this idle chill style of AFK gaming. Have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe at my channel. Bye bye.